Okay, this was not easy. Well, this one was easy. Honorable mention, prohibited, John Vincent Pozzolati. Somebody was telling me something about you yesterday. I won't tell you what, and they mispronounced your name, and I'm sorry.
Hello, my name is Jose Imanes. John Vincent Pelosi, free verse prohibited. Not the thundering passion of Stravinsky, but a more subdued blues. A man with longings older than humanity who restrains his desires as he is moved within by faces on the street, beautiful, magnetic, electrifying to his eyes, restrained by cultural mores, by taboos, by fear. A sadness envelops him, loneliness, solitude. He moves along city streets, stimulated by certain ones who walk through his dream as he dreams of living with love at night, alone in his bed, wondering who will find him should he die. Thank you.
You're all wonderful. This one was even more difficult than any of the others. Charles Scheitler, God's Unintended Consequences, honorable mention.
I'm Charles Scheitler. This is free verse, and the title is God's Unintended Consequences. God was busy puttering in his laboratory again. Though he always told himself that he would spend time elsewhere, this was where he always ended up. What can go wrong today, he asked himself. So far, he was the only one he could talk to, so talking to himself was usual and normal. Every time I have high hopes for a project, something goes wrong. I start out simply enough. Directness was always his forte. But if I'm not watching all the time, mistakes occur and complications invariably arise. Mistakes with consequences that end other than I perfectly planned it. God hated to think like that. It was like going backwards, and he knew he never went backwards. Entropy, now that's a word for it. God needed and respected words, but he didn't want that one used too much. He took up his task again, confidently, but not yet with elan. Am I losing that old exuberance, that old spontaneity, that lust for life? Is it happening to me too, he asked. But he went back to his project slowly and methodically. He always worked with exactness and precision. What could go wrong, he asked, with only a tinge of self-pity. A little more work? There, it's done. He had added the last eyelash to the creature he already had decided to call Adam.
There were a lot of poems that were well constructed until the very end, and some of them just needed a little bit of a kick at the end. So I just wanted to mention that. Second place, Donna Westbrook for Letter to My Spiritual Director, Progress Report.
Donna Westbrook. Letter to my spiritual director. Progress report. I am in the midst of listening. Little whispers of wind rise and fall, rustling treetops, making leaves tarantella on my balcony. I wait, but no one's there. Last night in writers' group, captivated by the seed, there is a fire in my mind about you. I filled 3 pages, waiting for a phoenix to rise from my hot ink, but no one appeared. Now I gaze at the tide watering the rocks at the shoreline, suddenly thirsty, wondering when the living water will spring up in me again. The ground under me has already shaken, so I'm thinking it will be soon.
I'm Riva Danaev, the keymaker. He lurks in dimness, a squat Caliban hunched behind his machine, and grinds jagged imprints into smooth new forms. His hands are twisted, black shards of metal embedded into pores under fingernails. His raspy breath a counterpoint to the machine's tortured moans. Just grunts for customers, a terse tomorrow, except for children. Come behind the counter, see me make a key. Black hands find new smooth forms, leave jagged imprints.
Every one of the poems that came in on the special forum or first place, it was impossible. I kept going through, but this one just kept working its way up to the top. And so for Brooks Ordick, for We Are the Voice.
Brooks Ordick, special form rondo, titled For We Are the Voice. And so we write for the readers, for politicians, for leaders, to the crushing demise of some, and futures that might never come. We are the intellect breeders, cliches bane and dead horse beaters. We are scribes, the knowledge feeders. Society cries, we want some, and so we write. But each day, influence teeters, readers grow bored, interest peters, out, and now what have we become? Media whores, our children dumb, numb, mindless TV receivers, and so we write.